is our computer science lab. Here we have 23 computers in the computer science lab. All systems are connected with the Wi-Fi system, and we have a smart board here to facilitate the teaching and learning. The computers are connected in such a way that all these trailing wires are fit inside the sockets. Electrical connections are kept inside the. As far as IB students are concerned, they use their own devices, and so that they will be getting familiar with their own devices like laptops. They bring their laptops to school, and it would be easier for them to use it for their internal assessment.
Welcome to Alrawabi Private School Library. My name is Maria and I am the librarian. The library is the most important resources you can find while you are here in the school. We're located at the second floor of Building B, just beside the robotics room. When you're at the library, you can use many of our resources, including, of course, books. We have about 5,500 books, physical books that are related to our curriculum. But we also have a section exclusively for IB students. It is being used primarily by the IB students and IB teachers. We have a total of 15% of titles of updated books for the last 5 years. But we also have a section exclusively for IB. It is being used primarily by the IB students and IB teachers in different core subjects. We have a total of 15% titles of updated books for the last 5 years. And we also have fiction books section, which includes many authors that are bestsellers and books for entertainment if you do like to read. We have this reference material section for IGCSE and other additional references of different subjects for students, teachers, and staffs. The general references includes almanacs, encyclopedias, dictionaries, maps, and atlases. These books are for library use only and cannot be taken outside. The Teachers' Resources section is solely for teachers only. This includes books like teachers' manuals, teacher's guide, and some books with answer keys. The section for Arabic or mother tongue is the biggest of all our collection. About 3,882 copies of books in different titles and categorized by its genre. We have general reference materials, fiction books, additional references, and specially for religion, Islam. And we have this section for new books. These books are new arrivals that are to be cataloged and to be classified. Computer section. We have also these online resources like IBD Economics and some open access sites that can help our students in their studies. I am here to help students learn how to make choices. It is important to keep students reading as a strong correlation between reading for pleasure or academic success.
Welcome. So there we've got first aid kits, should in case there's any incidents or accidents within the labs, students get immediate attention, first aid, then side eye wash stand, or any cases where the students have burns with eyes. Also, we've got 2 storage rooms in each lab, and in this storage room you actually see all our glass rails well arranged, so we actually do not lose them so easily. We also have extra glassware should in case we happen to lose some in the course of using this ones, they're immediately replaced. Our delicate items. Now below at the base of this cover we have all chemicals which are expired. So you could see there the expiry dates. When they expired, we actually keep them at this base so that the suppliers could come back for them at the end of the academic year or maybe at the beginning of each academic year. But due to the virus, they did not come around this time. But hopefully, whenever the issues with the pandemic have subsided, we're sure we're going to see them. Now we also have there an acid locker. Where we keep all acids and corrosive chemicals. So, then the second storage room in the chemistry lab. Now we have disposing. For health reasons, the Ministry of Health in Bahrain has required that all tissues or items used within the lab should not be disposed into any normal trash. So we actually dispose of them in this, and there is a team that usually comes around to get rid of these chemical items that are being disposed. So there again we still have some storage for chemicals and electronic appliances that are used in chemistry. So this is the first storage room in the bio lab, and you actually see most of our equipment. These are actually very sophisticated microscopes, like microscopes that we use for microscopic analysis. In there we have much lower grades microscopes, which we use them for much lower levels from grade 10s, 9s and 8s, but those ones are actually used for the IB students, due to the fact that they have magnifications for up to 4,000 times. Now, in there we have more equipment. Most of them are glasswares and electronic equipment. Still are glasswares and chemicals we use in biology practicals. And if you can see at the base, we have lab jackets, which we always help our students who happen to come for practical lessons without their lab jackets. In there still we have chemicals used that are expired. We actually store them there for suppliers to come have them during the rounds of their next supplies. So we do not use any expired chemicals. Now the second storage room in the bio lab, still we have some laboratory equipment, and mostly we do store models in here. So if you can take a look around, we have models that we use for teaching and learning. And a refrigerator where we actually store some chemicals and enzymes. Okay,
Let me welcome you to our physics laboratory of Alrawabi Private School. First of all, this is the lab that we normally use to conduct our physics practical. So first of all, I will start with the safety box. Okay, this is first aid box. Okay, for students in case of any injury. And from here again, we have this as well as for safety, most especially in case of any accident, okay, that has to do with heights. This is what we normally use. And these are the materials as well for students, and we make this available to them. And students also are aware of the use of this. And mostly we don't leave the laboratory open when teachers are not available. So when students are here, teachers are with them most of the time. So now we move to, let me also show you, this is an office. This is an office where the head of department sits, okay? And again, we also have the store. This is where we keep most of our materials. And let's start with, I will start from here. This is electric heater. Mostly we use it for thermal experiments in physics. And here as well, we have a set of instruments for electricity. This is a voltmeter. Okay, this is a voltmeter. We have many of it. We have ammeter as well. We have many of it. We have some of these ones. Among these, we have milliammeter. We have galvanometers among them. But because we don't use this one most of the time, these are the ones that we normally use. But these are in reserve. Now again, let me also open this place as well. We have materials for optics, that is light. Most of the time we do take our materials. This basically is for light experiment. These are plane mirrors. We have plane mirrors here. We have lenses here as well. Okay, we have a prism, a rectangular and triangular glass block prism available here as well. We also have protractor here, also for students to use, for teachers also to demonstrate measurement of angles as well. And here as well, we have some other materials basically for electricity. Okay, I mean basically for optics. We have this one for optics, which is light experiment, and here basically for mechanics. Okay, mostly you can see we have slotted masses. Slotted masses are here, and we have, you know, hanger as well. Hangers are here. We have balances as well. This is a balance. You can as well see this is a balance. Okay, we have iron filings as well here. We also have thermometers are here. Okay, we have so many thermometers that we put here, and here as well you can as well see these are magnets. We have magnets here. We have trolley. We have trolley here. Okay, we have if you come to this side as well, these also are materials. These are inclined plane also, which is part of the materials that we use for mechanics. Okay, and here as well we have this regulated power supply for electricity experiment. These are regulated power supply. Okay, and this as well we use it mostly for experiments on sound wave. Okay, the bed jar is here. Okay, the bed jar comes on top of it, and again we have the vacuum pump to draw the air out of it. We have the meter rolls. Okay, these are the meter rolls, and we have many of them. Okay, as you can see, we have many of them here. And this also, this is a set of apparatus. This one is a set of apparatus to use to determine acceleration due to gravity. Okay, we have the gauge, we have the timer, and everything there, and we also have the stand for the experiment. Mostly, we put it here. Sometimes we remove the stand and leave the base just to separate, but to make work easier for students, this is why we assemble them and just put them in this way. Okay, so then I think then this one also is a movable table. Okay, this we can move it from one place to another to conduct experiment as well. Okay, and for thermal experiment as well, this is a Bunsen burner that we can as well use, and mostly even sometimes this can be taken anywhere. Okay, the lab.
Welcome to Visual Arts Room. This is the storage room where we keep all the materials in.